Hola.
Hey y'all, it's your girl LA in LA, and today's video is a very simple recipe video I have prepared for you guys. Today's video is all about vodka sauce and how to make it a healthier option, because half and half isn't really the healthiest thing on the menu. So I really start off with some onions, make sure I use some shallots because that's what I like. A few of the recipes said to use white onions, but I prefer shallots just because they bring that savory taste versus that sweet taste that white onions have, but it's completely up to you guys and up to your palate to choose what you want. I always use a recipe as a guide, not a rule book, so you guys should probably do that as well. Like I said in the beginning of the video, you guys, I will be showing you guys a healthier option versus half and half, okay? We don't want to use half and half because that has a lot of fats in it, has a lot of fatty acids, a lot of trans fats, saturated fats. We don't want that. You guys can totally skip to the end of the video if you want to see what the key ingredient is, but I totally recommend watching the whole thing just so you guys see exactly how I cook this into beauty, okay? After dicing up the onions real nice and small, I definitely go into my pan and I start really heating it up. That's the point. We want to get this to a nice medium heat. Olive oil is the oil that I prefer to use, but you guys can totally use canola or whatever other substitute you have. And yes, you guys, I do put in the onions first. I let them sit there. I let them get hot, you know, for a little bit and just marinate for a little bit. So you guys, I really go in on some garlic next because that is a really crucial step. I would love to use some garlic paste because that would make it kind of dissolve easily into the sauce, but garlic's actually really good. Even the chunks, I swear, cooked, they actually taste good, they don't smell awful, and they do not get rid of the vampires, and if they did, I would not have them around, okay? But yeah, you guys, I go into my sauce and I do really marinate that garlic along with the onions because I do think that tastes much better. You guessed it. Next is tomatoes. I love to use some canned tomatoes that are organic, especially from Whole Foods. Some diced tomatoes are always great, and the fire roasted tomatoes really add this like robust taste to it that just, you guys have got to try it. I'm not kidding. This step is just simple. You gotta use any blender you have to just blend your tomatoes or even just cut them up. Some people do actually cook the tomatoes and also then later blend. I just prefer to blend before, and yeah, the next step is to saute, you guys. Oh yeah, if you want to add more tomatoes, go off, sis. I love to make as many as I can because I love to have leftovers versus having to make sauce all the time. So yeah, definitely go and do your thing. I'm probably the worst chef in the world, you guys, but I did put in the vodka sauce. I just forgot to film it. The recipe I used called for a 1/3 cup of vodka, but I personally used a little bit more. As you guys see, my portion wasn't exactly the one portion. I definitely did go double on everything, so that was double for me, but it's just dependent on how you guys decide to cook. After putting in that vodka, we just gotta let that simmer in there for about 5 to 7 minutes before we go into our tomato paste, everybody. My recipe calls for 1 tablespoon of tomato paste, but again, I am doubling everything, so I will double up on the tomato paste too. And all there is to do right now is just to mix it, and that will basically be left in there for about 20 minutes. A lot of people do add some balsamic vinegar in there. I just personally don't like that tanginess, so I'm leaving that out. But you guys can check the recipe to see exactly how you guys want to approach it. This is just my own take on a very healthy vodka sauce. Definitely don't forget tomato paste, you guys. The first time I did make it, I forgot to put in tomato paste. It was perfectly fine though. I just want to say that the tomato paste did make it taste way better, so definitely do that. During the 20 minutes you leave your sauce to simmer, definitely season, you guys. This is the best time to season. You want it to simmer in as well. So go in on your salt, your pepper, whatever other seasoning flavors you guys love. Okay guys, now it's time for the strain. Obviously I picked my noodles, I boiled it already on the side, and yeah, we just strain it and we put it in the sauce. But not yet, because I do still have some things to do. I don't know if I lost footage, you guys, but I cannot find the footage of me putting in the most important ingredient, and that's really concerning. Okay guys, I'm so sorry about this, but I really did lose the footage apparently. I tried to look for it on my camera and I guess it just got lost or deleted in the sauce, which makes sense because it's vodka sauce and things get a little boozy. Anyways guys, The main ingredient, okay, is Chobani yogurt. I know that sounds weird, but I put yogurt instead of half and half, and let me tell you why. Because yogurt is way healthier for you. It has so many proteins for you that are way better than half and half. Half and half is just literally saturated fats that you don't need. You know what I mean? So that is definitely a way better option for us trying to be healthy, especially during quarantine. How am I missing the two most important ingredients? Like, I don't have the footage for the Sky vodka that I put in or the footage of the Chobani yogurt. But anyways, you guys, I do want you to know that this is way better. As you guys can see right now, the sauce looks fantastico. It was so good. And obviously, you guys also do have to add cheese. I don't know why my footage, again, disappeared, but still want you guys to have this knowledge. So I will say that the main ingredient in this is definitely some Chobani yogurt, and go off and use some Parmesan cheese, because that's this cheese that they say to use when making this very nice thick creamy sauce. And if you guys see this right now, it looks so good. I'm currently serving, and as y'all see, it's just coming out so beautiful, so perfect, and there's no sauce that honestly compares to this, especially since this is like a healthier version, but it still has protein in it for you versus like the half and half, like I said. So this is just a really nice way to switch up your meals from like a regular tomato sauce or a regular bolognese sauce. You get a nice vodka sauce, okay sis? And you know what? It is just as cheap as making a tomato sauce, basically. Like, all you need is yogurt and Parmesan cheese, which you probably already have in your fridge. I've never heard anyone putting yogurt in their sauce, but this is Greek yogurt, you guys, so keep that in mind. It is definitely very healthy for you. I've obviously tried this recipe more than once, and I can tell you from experience that it's actually fire, okay? And adding Parmesan cheese on top and a little bit of red pepper chili flake does take the cake, you guys. And I personally do like spicy things, so I don't know if you guys knew that, but that is why I love to throw in a kick of everything. Habaneros are everywhere. I didn't put that in the sauce, obviously, but if I could, I would. Yeah, and then I basically just serve with some basil, and yeah, my dinner is served. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed and actually learned some tips and tricks on how to make this a much healthier sauce. Sorry for being like a fail of a YouTuber and not putting in all the clips. Love you. Bye.
Hola.